Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Lynn and today I am playing along with Kendra's card challenge number 12. I will be creating sketch number 5, which has quickly become one of my favorites. I've definitely made this sketch at least twice, I think, before. So it's a great one, especially because I think it's a great scrap buster too. The pieces that you need are not very big. You just need 2 pieces that are 1.5 by 1.5, and then 2 pieces that are 1.5 wide by 2 3/4 tall. And I'm using pattern papers today from the Not Too Shabby shop, which is a super sponsor of Kendra's card challenge. And as well, I will be featuring some confetti from This Calls for Confetti to make a shaker card. And thank you to both of these wonderful companies because they are both super sponsors of Kendra's card challenge 12, which means not only do they donate prizes that you can win if you play along with the challenge, but as well, they've supplied our team or some members of our team with products to feature in our videos. So thank you so much to the Not Too Shabby shop and thank you to This Calls for Confetti. If you have never played with Kendra's card challenge, it's a really fun free card sketch challenge where you can download the PDF that I have. I've just got one sheet of it shown off to the left of my screen here, and that PDF will show you how to cut down 6 sheets of 6x6 pattern paper and create 15 unique card sketches. The sketches are shown with all of the measurements for all of the various mats and layers, and they have been designed for A2, but the beauty of Kendra's card challenge is that really you can adapt these sketches to any size card that you'd like, and you can feel free to modify the sketches a little bit too as well if you need to in order to kind of fit your design aesthetic or to fit with the particular papers or focal image that you're using. So don't feel like just because there are specific measurements for everything that you have to follow everything to the T. You don't. You can take a couple of liberties here and there and feel free to let your creativity shine. To play along, though, you will need to make a full set of 15 cards, take a photo of all 15 cards together, and then upload that to the appropriate album in the Kendra's Card Challenge Facebook group, and that will qualify as an official entry. We're kicking off the 3rd and final month of KCC 12, so you still have all of December to get your entries in. Okay, so before I describe how I'm putting together this shaker unit, I do want to mention that my video is also part of a hop. Our team is sharing inspiration featuring different super sponsors, and to find all of those videos, hashtag KCC12 DEC super sponsors. That should bring up all of the videos on this hop, but if for some reason it doesn't, you can just expand the description box on any of our videos and that should give you links directly to each video. So what I have here is a circle frame. I just took a set of nested circle dies and I picked 2 that were about the size that I wanted and left an opening the size that I wanted. I did use that same die to cut into my clear acetate, but it doesn't cut through fully. I don't know if folks have a trick for getting your dies to cut through acetate. If you do, leave me a comment and help me out because my dies won't cut through acetate. But it's fine because it will at least leave a debossed line that I can cut on. And so I've got that adhered to the back of my frame. Then I'm going to run some foam. So this is about 2.5 millimeter thick foam, and it is black foam. I do like to have both white and black foam handy because in this case, my frame is black. So if I'm a little bit off in placing my foam behind this frame, it will be a lot less noticeable with the foam being black than if the foam was white. So that's why I went with that. And what you want to do for any shaker is make sure that you are completely closing off a section, in this case, my circle, it needs to be completely closed off and surrounded with foam so that the shaker bits that will get placed on the inside of that won't have a space to escape out of that shaker unit. So I actually have two different Christmas themed mixes from This Calls for Confetti. I wasn't exactly sure which one I wanted to use, so I decided to just kind of pour both of them out and preview them a little bit. And ultimately, I went with Christmas Scotty. This one's really cute. It's got little Scotty dogs, both like a solid Scotty dog and an outline Scotty dog in silver. But the reason why I chose it, there were actually two. Besides the dog, there's actually some clay slice pieces that have that same or a very similar black and white checkered or plaid pattern, which sort of mimics the pattern paper that I use. So I thought that would be a really nice tie-in between the papers that I chose and the confetti mix that I'm using. And as well, the bits in this mix are smaller. And given the fact that my shaker unit here is not very large, having the smaller bits will mean they can move around a little bit more freely. Then to close off my shaker, I always make my shakers this way where I put, usually it's a second piece of acetate, but in this case, I'm using a piece of vellum to close it off completely. And that way I have this standalone shaker unit that I can then position wherever I want on my card. And I don't have to worry about, because when I see people do the method where they pour like a little puddle of their shaker mix onto their card base and then they're able to get the frame right on top, I'm always really amazed. I'm so impressed whenever anyone's able to do that because I always have like the acetate will be kind of staticky, so then it starts to like attract those shaker bits and the shaker bits start to fly a little bit. And I just feel like it's so much harder for me to do it that way than to just use an extra bit of acetate, or in this case vellum, and just close that off completely. Then I can position it however, whenever I want, and it's a lot easier, but definitely use whatever method is easiest for you. What I also like about doing it the way that I've come to do my shakers now is that by pouring it into your little shaker well, it does allow me to preview a little bit how it's going to look against my pattern paper, and as well, it's going to help me actually kind of see whether I've got enough, because that's the other thing that's really hard for me to gauge sometimes is whether I've filled it enough or filled it too much. The last little touch that I want to add to my card is I've pulled out some of my pinstripe stickers because it just felt like all of my pattern papers need a little bit of a border just to clean up those edges where the border all the way around, but also more specifically where the two different pattern papers meet up. And the reason, I think, thinking back now, at the moment it didn't really dawn on me, but I think the reason why I felt like I needed to add something to create like a clear border is because with that buffalo plaid pattern, there are parts of it that are white that are at the edge, so it doesn't create a really crisp line that delineates it or separates it from the other pattern. So I think that's what was bugging me, and that's why I decided to add these I chose the thinnest of the pinstripe stickers to add. And when you're doing something like this, in the middle section, I didn't even run the sticker all the way up and down because I knew that my shaker is going to cover most of that, and I don't want that black line going all the way through. Even though it's going to be a little bit visible, it is kind of knocked back a little bit with that vellum, so that you can't really tell that it's not going to be a fully continuous line of pinstripe stickers behind there. So that kind of saves you a little bit too. And it allowed me to use up some of my smaller little leftover sections because I save all of that for occasions like these. And the vellum, I think, really helps to set the embellishments off of the pattern paper so that you can actually see it a little bit better. Red and black are such bold colors, so I think that vellum really helps to push the pattern paper to the background, and that way all of the shaker bits can really shine. And in particular, because this mix has a bit of green, and that's the only place where there's green, it does help to kind of draw your eyes a little bit. And I just love the little Scotty dogs in this mix. Really, really adorable. I hope you enjoyed my card today, and please do hop along. This is also a giveaway that Kendra is offering a prize. So if you open the description box below, you'll find out how to enter for a chance to win a giveaway from Kendra. Thanks for joining me on this one, and until next time, happy crafting and have a fabulous day. Bye.